What's going on YouTube? It's Bully the Kid here. This video is going to be a little bit different from the normal ones I do. This video is going to be about starting from ground level. You just got a bass in. You've been playing for a while. You actually need to put some new strings on it. So the bass I'm going to be using is my modified Squire. I have the Music Man humbucker in here from Aguilar and an Adair preamp. That's besides the point. Strings on it are pretty old. The old strings were a extra light gauge, and that was real good for doing like soloing and that type of thing. But I'm gonna go the stage up, which is the light. So I had extra lights on here, which is 95 to 45, and I'm going with the hard keys, and this is 105 to 45, so a little bit heavier towards the low end, same high end 45. This is like a standard if you like doing slap and stuff. This is a good one to go for. Picked this up from American Musical. It's a 3-pack, and it costs about $24, $23 for 3 sets of strings. They usually last, depending on how much you play, they usually last about, if you play every day, probably like a month and a half, 2 months or so. For me, they lasted about 2.5, because I wasn't playing every day. And I have a whole bunch of other basses that I play, so it just kind of set up and eventually got old. But I don't have the slap in it anymore. So go ahead and swap them bad boys out. So I'm going to come back in a few seconds, and this is going to be stripped out. A new set of strings are going to be on, and I'll take you on how to tune it. Hold on. Alright, so I went ahead and stripped off all the other strings, and I have a naked bass. So next thing is going to be me putting the strings on. I'm going to put on the bottom 3, the A, D, and G, and I'll talk you through which ones I use to string first. Give me 1 second. Alright, so I went ahead and strung up most of it. I did leave this last one so I could talk to you about something. When you're putting on new strings, you could just put the string on there, wind it around a whole bunch of times, or you could invest in some crimpers, some that has the little blade on the inside. That way you can trim the string. And a good rule of thumb to use when actually trying to trim your string is you want it to be about where this fret is. So let's say I was going to land here. I would put it just about right here. And then the reason why I say that is because for most basses, the string goes inside. So see where my finger is? The string goes inside, hits the bottom, and then you wind it around. Okay? So I do just a little bit past the next landing spot. You can be a judge of where that is. So I'm going to go ahead and snip mine. Snip mine right here, if I can. Of course, you don't want to work right now. These are old. Another thing to do is invest in some good cutters, because over time, if you keep using it, they get dull and you can't cut through anymore. I guess these have already had it. Took me a long time. So I got just a little bit past where I'm going to be landing in the string, if y'all can see that. It's just a little bit past. And I'm going to go into the string here, and then I'm going to wind it around. Okay, this shortens your time of how much you have to turn your tuning peg, and also it looks a little bit cleaner. When you have a whole bunch of winds around your tuning peg, it takes forever, number one, to take it off and put new ones on. And it's all bunched up there. And it's kind of just an aesthetic thing. There's nobody saying that you have to do it this way. It's just the way I do it. So put it under the retainer. Just pull it tight. I actually could have trimmed off a little bit more, save some time, but 2 times around ain't that bad. So, all right. Now here's another. This is another bullyism. Whenever I'm tuning, I used to go from highest string to lowest string, and then I'll find out that when I get to the lowest string, I'd have to retune all of the last 3. So I start with the heaviest string, your E string first. Get that there. Establish your basic tautness on your neck, and then from there go back through and do your A, your D, and your G. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll come back with another one. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm completely tuned up at this present moment. Let me check. Yeah. Okay, so there's 3 ways. There's probably more than that, but there's 3 ways that I know you could actually tune up. The most common way and the most thoughtless way is to use a tuner. And this is how you would do it. So let me mess this up real quick and I'll show you that. So with this tuner, you have your flats and your sharps, and what you try to do is to make it hit the center. It's like with most tuners. So you have an E right here. So I would, until it's in the middle. Holds it in the middle there. And you have an A. Do the same thing. Okay. And that's almost there. That's good. I will go back to my strings and check them, because as you increase the tension on the neck, it brings all the others out of tune slightly. So that's done as far as tuning your initial way. I'll leave this on and I'll show you the other ways you can tune. What you can do is you can get your organist or keyboard player or whoever is in your band that you trust to have good tune. You could do, you could have them play their note and you would match their note and then tune your bass to what they're playing. You would do it like this. So you'd be like, hey bro, can you hit an E for me? And they'll hit an E, okay? And you would go and find your E and you simply match that. Hear how it's kind of clashing? You go through and match it that way. Okay? You do the same thing. Okay. Now you want to make sure you don't bend the strings, because that'll mess up your tuning. So you want to go directly flat on. Make sure you get a good note. Make sure you don't hear any different waves or anything. Make sure it's all the same. And that'll pretty much get you to where you need to be. See how it's there? Pretty much there. Okay, that's another way you could do it. Let me make sure I have my root note. That's good. Another way you can do it is using harmonics. So So what I like to use is quick. You can do it real fast. You can do it in between sets. So you would find your harmonic spot. These are the same harmonics, and you can hear it do the wave thing again. So let me boost my treble and my high. Hear it? You hear the clashing notes now? All right. Just let them ring. And it should give you one solid note. It shouldn't be expanding or contracting or anything like it. It should be just one solid sound. So I'm all the way tuned now. At least as far as there. So hope this helped you. There's 3 different ways you can do it. You can do it with the classic tuner, which is the most precise. You can do it with matching the notes on with the person you're playing with. Remember. So wait, matching the notes with them, or you can do the same thing. Give me an E, bro. They give you an E, and you do harmonics. Once you lock that in, do it that way. So, hope this helps you out. And leave a comment below. Let me know what else you need help with. And I'll do my best to do that. So, till next time, it's Bully the Kid signing off. Y'all be easy.